Hi, I was getting ready to make this video, and the way things are going in the world right now. My There was this very strong impulse. Let me just make another video about this Zionists and APAC and how Israel is gonna become vaporized and boy, I hate this guy. But the problem is that all my videos are now becoming something that has to do with the U.S. militarism, or with impending World War III, with economic collapse, and just initially when I started my channel in YouTube and also Instagram, it, the purpose of this thing wasn't to go after these guys, but the way they conduct themselves in the world, you just there is like all the attention is focused on these idiots, and so I'm just forcing myself to don't make videos about this stuff. Make videos about the stuff that you want, your art, your psychic experiences, your movies, whatever, about math, about quantum physics. Let the events play themselves out, and there is a reason why things happen, and we just we are not in the driver's seat, so don't go with the flow of it the way it's going. But you know, I I would want to refer you to the stuff Celente is making, that the World War III has already started. So that's gonna go there, and also that there is Prophet Muhammad prophecies that says that in the end times the weather will become much warmer, and also that a lot of humans will get killed and the population will decrease. Then after a while there will be a lot of rain and stuff like that. But you should review those things. um, I want to talk about some of my psychic experiences, and they are very strange. But the thing is about them is that uh, many people, they have psychic experiences, and there always seems to be something like a disconnect. Like you see, for example, as an example, uh, there is a story in Bible that Pharaoh, he was dreaming, and he saw that there came out four fat cows, and then after that they were followed by no, seven fat cows, and was followed by seven uh, uh, cows that had lost all their weight. uh, so and some other stuff, but it was a dream, and he woke up, and he needed help to understand what this dream meant, what was the connotation or meaning of this dream. Well, I always had this, I have a lot of spiritual experiences, but a lot of them are stuff like that they are like vivid images that come in. It's like I am part of this story of somebody's life, going and doing these things and that, and or other stuff happening. It all is like you're in a movie, but at the same time, it's like you went to the theaters, and you missed like almost half the movie, and you just suddenly walked into the movie, and yeah, there's all this stuff happening, all these actors doing stuff, but you don't have a clue what all this stuff means. What was the purpose? What was the motivation? What was the story? What was who is this guy? Who's this girl? And why they were fighting? You have to just be in it for a little bit to figure it out. But I think that uh, the universe or God, it it has a certain things that it wants to teach humans, and she, I think it's a she uses a different whatever background or images or characters that are in your brain. For Pharaoh, it was the cows. They signified a good, healthy crop for years, 7 years, and not so in the other 7 years. So I mean, in my case, it is also like is mostly like people, and I do see aliens too in my dreams, but I just kind of don't connect at all with, with that. But uh, well, when I wake up from the dream, uh, there is a struggle to try to figure out what did this mean, what was it about. Uh, well, I've gotten really good at it. And it's when the universe speaks, is like is a creature that has been around for maybe millions of times the life of our universe. I mean, like, and when she speaks, she's the only analogy that I could kind of come up with is that it's like everything is like a complicated hint. Like you look at images and stuff that is kind of hinting something. It's like unfinished, and then you you have to get up. I think that many psychics, many mystics, many prophets, they had some kind of issue like that. They were trying to kind of come up with some kind of explanation or structure to explain something that already happened in the back of their brain or in their psyche. Well, this is the way a lot of people go wrong with religion, because they go and read like New Testament, what Jesus said, what he was doing, what he meant, and then they construct something in the back of their brain, and then they try to impose it on their own their own psyche. Sometimes also the universe will come in and look at what images, what beliefs you have, and she'll take some of each and construct the like what she wants to say. But what she wants to say is is many times totally irrelevant to what you read in Bible, or what you read in Quran. Things don't come out the same at all. Just well, I have another example, and this is from, because I read Quran, and there's a third chapter. It's called Al Imran. Al means the family of Imran. the Al Imran, like Al Saud, the family of wretched and murderous clan of Saud. But anyhow, in this chapter is a nice big chapter. Talks about the Jesus and the disciples, and it's kind of when God talks about the disciples, it sounds like he's talking about uh, uh, like some group of people. They were very dogmatic Jews, and they really did not like a new religion. They were very stuck on their own propaganda or religious dogma, but they couldn't confront Jesus and discredit him. It was just too overwhelming evidence to the contrary. So God says that they made a makra. Makra means they kind of deceived. They, in the face value of it, they went along with Jesus, but they had all this other stuff going on with them. And God also made a makar, means that everything that they thought this religion should be or was wrong, it was proven to them over and over. Well, another example of this is also in the New Testament, where Jesus tells Peter that you will deny me 3 times before the morning. But this kind of like that, but it's coming from Quran. It's from God herself. She's like saying, she sees what she had seen, what happened, and kind of like these guys were full of it. Anyhow, there is another thing Quran talks about, is this same concept of that the universal consciousness or God has a hell of a time getting people to understand that there can be a kind of communication, that there can be inspiration that does not come from Hollywood culture or from the Jewish criminal culture, but it is actually from God. The same in the dream, God induced these images into the Farua, or in my mind. The Persians have a name for it. They call it Elham. Is a lower step than what the prophets receive, but usually this is a really strong theme in Quran, that God wants the people to just turn to her or to him, but instead of like relying on. And then also there's another verse that talks about that God says that I did not send prophets and saviors for you to worship them as arbab. Arbab means like a boss. You look up to this person and you see that well, if this person is very spiritual, he actually received inspiration from God, and then you discover that he's a complete womanizer, and you saw his dick in his ashram, then you will just totally lose all your faith. This guy is he's a dirty old man, really. Which is true too, but that's the. I'm just trying to show you the flow of it. is really is not about this character. Well, in today's Christianity, uh, uh, Jesus carries a huge place in Christianity, but but in Islam there is more emphasis on making your own connection to God, or at least understand the connection or how much of it there is that you should focus on, and kind of lose your value for uh, other personalities that might exist. Well, there is another verse that God says that I did not give any of these guys any company or any institution or any form of money. I did not give them a special privilege, or I didn't guarantee anything for them. If you follow them through, uh, you may get somewhere, you may not. You don't know. Well, in the Islamic tradition, they say that the ruzi is in the hand of God, your daily bread, your money, okay? And there is institutions or banks or otherwise. They might think otherwise, but oh my God, I think my diabetes is getting the better of me. Let me get some soda. And well, if you go on this route, I think that God has a very strange sense of humor, and He also is very insulting sometimes. Like I think about, say I have a strategy to make money or get a woman, and suddenly, like this happened in the wakeful time too, and in the sleep too. Like she says some really in your face remark that, oh look, it would be a similar situation where something became a complete tragedy or mess, or uh, you know it just it will get really in your face, like you had this whole thing planned, and like some images coming through that says, oh look at this, wow. I think God has a very wry sense of humor. He gets into my face many times. uh, I've had many spiritual experiences. A lot of them are very bizarre. I'll tell you some. Uh, and the Sufi master said that many psychics and many saints or many prophets, they had very many experiences, but a lot of it they didn't write down because they're just simply too bizarre. They're too too stuff that you need to really sit down and uh, try to make sense of it. Well, Prophet Muhammad said that the heart of the believer moment is is like there is a light in this heart. There is some kind of greenish light is glowing in this heart. Well, that's a heart chakra, and the light that comes from it is kind of like a very happy green. Uh, while other chakras and some psychics call this um, divine lights. I see like when I doze off, I see blue light, and the blue light merges with some kind of purplish light. It's like they are like and it's kind of bright too. Uh, well, uh, the blue light is the chakra light from your throat, and the purple light is the I think that is just one before the last in your third eye. Well, when I saw Jesus in sleep, I saw purplish light. It's like he disappeared in this purple. I'm very sure it's the color of third eye, and also purple was a very expensive color in the old times because dyes were very expensive, and to make a purplish kind of color, you had to waste two different expensive dyes. You had to mix red dye plus the blue dye, so to get the purplish dye. And many painters, they only use purplish dye or colors when they were describing royalty, like in the palaces. And it was this theme in this dream, like Jesus was saying, I'm the king, I'm the this is my color, but I think this color has to do with the third eye. Oh, well, sometimes when I sleep or I'm on the wakefulness, I see this white ball on top of my head. It's like right over there. But if you look at the uh, pictures of uh, old Persian kings like Ashkani or Sasani kings. I don't know in other cultures, Indian or Aztec. I'm not sure because I didn't grow up in those cultures. But when they depict the king, there is his crown over his head, but also you see that there is like a big white ball that is kind of attached to the crown. It's like kind of saying that this is the royalty, this is the ball of white light. I'm very sure that the last chakra, which is not really actually in your body, is floating on top of your head, is actually this white light. Well, the a lot of places they kind of unconsciously imitate this. For example, if you look at many old Hollywood movies, you see this lady, she has this very bright candle, and this candle is a huge white light, and when the movie starts, the light just flashes everywhere. But that's kind of well, the another experience that's I think this is one of the most bizarre experiences is like sometimes when I'm say I was in the shower, I closed my eyes and I saw it's like I'm still seeing my hand and my legs. It wasn't as if it wasn't like actual image, like, but there was something there very similar to my own body. I was seeing things. It's similar to when you have uh, astral travel, then you're just going around. It's kind of like a hazy kind of, you see all these people. Have you seen the movies that the ghosts, they go around talk to each other? I've had a lot of dreams of dead people. I put a video. It's called uh, "Conversations with Dead Kids." I've had a lot of conversations with dead people too, but uh, it something remains after that, and even before the ghost is here. Well, uh, I was one night I was sleeping, and I saw this dragon. Okay, it was like a standing cobra or dragon, and the dragon was like a long string, and it had these blue and purplish colors on top of her head, and green, green in the middle, and then the lower was yellow. I think when it got to the its tail, it was kind of became reddish, and when it was at its tail, it was like brownish or something like that. And this is do I dare to say this is how God looks? I mean, well, Quran says God is the light of the cosmos and the earth, and then well, sometimes physicists that they or cosmologists that they spend a lot of time thinking about the universe, that is a black hole, and for example, if you look at the book by Green, what was that name? The something universe, and it shows the all kinds of stars and the black hole. But you see in this that there is some kind of greenish light like permeating the middle of the image. But again, his own name, the physicist's name, is Green. Like he subconsciously like focused on the universe, and the universe was returning kind of an image of herself to him. But I think if I told this stuff to a physicist, he would just think I'm a completely berserk kind of way. But I think I'll have another video called Cosmic Hard Drive and the Green Light. This is like the God is outside of the universe, is really a kind of light or life, and then the universe is like a hard drive she uses to do her calculations and simulations. Okay, I think you have had enough of my bizarre philosophies and ideas. I let you go, but I'm gonna have more videos on these topics. I'm trying to stay away from talking about Israel and whatever might be happening to it, not too far in the future. Uh, please subscribe. Uh, don't be shy, and let's talk. But don't go into my chat in Instagram. That's only like an ashram for talking to women, and see where I can get with her. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.